So Netflix has a mini series on Ashley Madison and the debacle that happened a decade or so ago. And I don't know if you watched it and if you immediately went to see if Ashley Madison did, in fact, have a website like I did. But Ashley Madison does still have a website. And the tagline is still Life is Short, Have an Affair. Very, very bold, but might as well just talk about this one. Netflix did a really good job with bringing about how this company came about, how it impacted people's lives, and the fallout from it. But this documentary speaks to many of the things that we talk about today. The entitlement of husbands, thinking that they don't have to care about their wives' feelings, the fact that many of these men were so bored in their relationships that they had no issue, no qualms about finding other women. And the crazy thing is, I talk about this. Men are able to have these affairs because they have women at home that are doing the support things, doing the laundry, taking care of the kids, making their appointments. So these men have way too much free time and energy to cheat because they have wives at home. So this is one of the reasons why I am a proponent of leave quickly. Leave these men alone. If they start stepping out, it's because they have too much energy. They're not helping out. I'm sorry, they're not participating in the home life like they should, and they got too much energy. They got too much entitlement and too much audacity. Let these people do their own adulting so that they don't have nearly as much energy. But and it looks like other media are picking up the story about Ashley Madison. This man here in the purple with the glasses, he is one of the execs of Ashley Madison. So let's talk about what the Hill is talking about. Former Ashley Madison executives' site has rebounded after hack. The dating website for married people seeking affairs, Ashley Madison, has doubled its membership since a devastating 2015 hack that exposed millions of customers' information, according to a former exec. Evan Back, who served as VP of Sales at Ashley Madison after the cyber attack, said the company invested tens of millions into improved security and infrastructure following the breach. At the end of the day, for the 2 years that I worked there after the hack, there was millions, tens of millions of dollars invested into infrastructure and security. They have probably the most robust security of any dating platform now. So they put all of this money simply so men can step out on their wives. And yes, I am specifying men because men are the overwhelming users, or at least that's what they said in the Netflix thing. So much so that they had to use robots or AI to create people or robots to talk back to these men. These men are literally telling their deepest, darkest secrets to bots. This goes back to the crisis of men and how they are really lonely, but instead of talking to their wives, they are paying money to have an affair or talk to bots. Okay, back to the story. The 2015 hack by an anonymous group released personal data from Ashley Madison's systems, exposing customers' real names, emails, credit card transactions, and more. They blew up these folks' lives, even though these people are the ones that did the blowing up of their marriage. They did that by stepping out or even wanting to step out. Some of the notable names that were revealed as members through the hack included Hunter Biden, YouTuber Sam Rader, reality TV star Snooki's husband, Gianni Lavelle, and Josh Duggar. Back said the company's comeback showed it is probably a very well-run business now, despite a new Netflix documentary also alleging Ashley Madison used fake female profiles to lure men. The Netflix docuseries Ashley Madison Sex Lies and Scandal chronicles the rise and fall of the Ashley Madison website. The website's promotional tagline is Life is Short, Have an Affair. The site's former CEO, Noel Biderman, stepped down after his emails detailing multiple affairs were leaked, contradicting his previous claims of being faithfully married. His wife, Amanda, was often by his side in promoting the company. And the crazy thing about this supposedly faithful and monogamous husband was cheating, but then had the cognitive dissident, his wife had the cognitive dissonance of being happy to promote this company with her husband and then being incredulous when finding out that her husband is also a cheater. It's so weird, the cognitive dissonance that people have to do to compartmentalize and make it through the day. It was devastating to his wife, Back said of the leaked emails. There's lots of innocent people that are dealing with the fallout from his evil or negative actions. Now, this statement alone, she was devastated, and then putting that in very next sentence, talking about innocent people. She was not innocent when it was just her husband that was facilitating and creating a space for other cheaters. It was perfectly fine. But then it devastated her knowing that she was being cheated on. The cognitive dissonance is wild to me. Like I said, multiple outlets are talking about this. This article came out from the Columbus Dispatch, the cheating capital, Columbus, Ohio. Columbus leads the nation in signups for Ashley Madison adultery website. Did you know that they were sitting up here ranking this? Let's get into this one. Columbus leads the nation in one unusual metric, the amount of summer signups to adultery website Ashley Madison. The city has the highest per capita signups to the online dating service for married people seeking affairs from June 20th, 2023 to September 22nd, 2023, according to a Monday press release from the company. Wives have got to be looking at their husbands sideways after this article came out. Paul Keeble, the company's chief strategy officer, said that the Columbus presence on the list stood out and showed the ubiquity of infidelity. Infidelity ranges in every type of city, from tourist destinations to major metropolis to suburban located areas. The city has not appeared in previous rankings released by the company, so they just shot up to the top spot. Like, what is going on in Columbus to where it's like, okay, it's time to go ahead and step out. They weren't ranked before. More about the adultery website, the Toronto. Okay, we already talked about what it is. So it looks like we need to see where your city is ranked. That would be something that would be interesting to see. What are the other cities and like areas? Is it in the Bible Belt? Is it in red states? I don't know. It looks like I have more research to go back and do. Y'all jump in the comments though. Let me know what you think about Ashley Madison. Did you see the documentary? It is good if you haven't seen it. And like I said, it speaks to many of the things that we talk about in my community. The loneliness epidemic, many of these men crashing their own relationships. It is wild. And a lot of these dudes did take themselves out because of that. The fallout was very great, very wide ranging because of this breach. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share. Lots of young ladies are shunning dating, they're shunning marriage. And with this, that means that the capitalists, the billionaires, the millionaires, our economy is going to be impacted. So that's the reason why probably many of these websites, these media outlets are looking at what is going on with the dating apps and women saying, get someone else to do it. So this is from Fortune. The dating app exodus: 4 reasons Gen Z and millennials are rebelling against Hinge, Tinder, and Bumble. This is going to impact the economy because if women forego marriage, babies, dating, relationships with men, this will have a fallout that is far reaching. And so it's not just, a dating situation. This is going to impact how many people go to schools. This is going to impact the need for big homes. This is going to impact the real estate. This is going to impact how many dishwashers and washing machines get sold. This is going to impact so much stuff. So you have to keep an eye on this. Dating, women opting out of childbirth is money or money lost. This is another reason why legislators and lawmakers want to limit women's freedoms, because that impacts their bottom lines as well. All right, let's get into this article. Bumble's executives didn't know how much its turnaround ad campaign would sting Gen Z and millennials. The dating app faced major backlash this week after running billboard ads targeted toward women with anti-celibacy messages, including You know full well a vow of celibacy is not the answer. We've actually talked about the Bumble fumble extensively. The plan majorly backfired, with women taking to TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter to talk about just how offensive Bumble's new ad campaign was to them. They argue Bumble turned a blind eye to the fact that women continue to lose reproductive rights. Others have experienced trauma that prevent them from enjoying and pursuing casual intercourse. And the theme of the ads feeds into the idea of a patriarchal society in which women are just objects for men to mess with. The ad campaign was meant to be a major part of Bumble's turnaround plan after 70% of women surveyed by the app said they experienced dating app burnout. The app also made a major change that now takes the onus off of women to make the first move and announced AI dating concierges to help weed out matches. Even before Bumble's debacle, many Gen Z and Millennials have long blasted the dating app experience on TikTok and other social media. The generational shift is real. 79% of college students and other Gen Zers are foregoing regular dating app usage and instead opting for in person interaction, according to an Axios lab study from October 2023. Despite a 16% year over year revenue increase in 2023, Bumble also announced plans to lay off 30% of its workforce ahead of a brand relaunch that was intended to have a stronger appeal to younger users. That was CEO Lydia Ann Jones saying during the February's earnings call. Hinge released a study telling Gen Zers to embrace the cringe of online dating. I did not know that about Hinge. So there's just so much to continue to research. That sounds pretty terrible. Embrace the cringe. That sounds pretty bad. Anyways, let's get into some of the reasons why Gen Zers and millennials are opting out of dating apps. Number one, they're a wasteland. The first word that comes to mind when thinking about dating apps for 24-year-old communications professional Max Gomez is wasteland. I think the user pool on a lot of these apps has declined, says Gomez, who lives in New York City. Gen Z is simply not using these apps as much anymore. Gomez also says the apps have become increasingly reminiscent of other social media platforms like Instagram, where users are more concerned about curating the right photos and written responses than representing themselves in an authentic way. The goal of the app, I feel, is to be authentic and be goofy with strangers. Gomez, who recently took a 6-month hiatus from the apps, said, he's tried apps geared towards heterosexual and homosexual relationships, and all of them are way worse than I remember. Number two, overly sexualized themes. Other users have been turned off by dating apps because they've become yet another place for women to be solicited for pictures and messages. Louise Mason, a 42-year-old freelance marketing specialist from Doncaster, UK. She quit Bumble and Tinder cold turkey because she had been receiving overly sexualized messages and has been accidentally celibate for years after deciding against having one night stands in the pursuit of a meaningful relationship. I wasn't like taking a vow of celibacy. It was actually just realizing I deserve more than this, says Mason, who has been single since 2007, has never been married, and has no kids. Straight away, they want to send you them pics. And then it was getting to the point where none of the guys actually wanted to meet up in real life. It's like there's this online bubble for them. Mason says she also got to a point where she realized she thought these men were on the wrong app. If you want pictures, go on OF and pay for that. Number three, paying for apps. Another chief complaint from younger generations using dating apps is that the platforms encourage users to purchase memberships for a better shot at finding the perfect match. And the irony of these paid plans is that many apps offer months-long or year-long memberships when ideally users would like to meet someone suitable as soon as possible and then delete the apps for good. If I paid for a month of online dating, I would like to think I've met someone that I could at least be dating monogamously. Okay, I might not end up marrying the guy and I might come back to the app to find the next one, but I don't want to pay for 3 months. Who wants to pay for 3 months? who wants to continue to pay? Why would this be a model? This model makes no sense. If somebody finds somebody, they just want to delete the apps. The companies should know this. Gomez also explained the notion of Rose Jail, Rose Jail, a theory that Gen Zers and Millennials have discussed on TikTok that has to do with Hinge's paid membership tiers and other paid components of the app. The Hinge users can pay for roses in order to unlock their most compatible matches, but users who don't want to pay or can't afford to pay to use the apps are essentially SOL on meeting who they may be actually compatible with. People are supposing that the way Hinge is trying to get you to spend money is they're keeping all of these people in rose jail because you have to buy a rose to send to them. I feel like they don't show up in your feed otherwise. And so they're keeping away from you these compatible matches that you won't be able to get unless you pay for that. Return to meeting in real life. While there are active deterrents for younger generations to steer clear of dating apps, some are simply ditching them out of the desire to meet someone in real life. I don't want to just be chatting online. I don't want a pen pal. Okay. And we're going to leave it at that. People are saying, yeah, let me just put down this phone. I will go out into the real world, especially since a lot of these people don't even want to meet up after a while. They just talk and talk and talk. They have fun messaging, and then that's it. I have seen a lot of people say that in my comment sections. Anyways, what do you think about this one? The Bumble Fumble, the Hinge message talking about embrace the cringe. We're gonna have to dig deeper into that. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and